Okay, as I was saying about the rice, I've combined a cup and a half of white jasmine rice, of course, and a cup and a half of my yellow rice. So I just put it all together, and I'm going to pour it right into that pot there. And I'll add a little bit of butter to it. No salt because the curry is going to be quite seasoned. So, got that going. And about a half a stick of butter is going to go in there. And when that starts boiling real good, I'm going to put the lid on it and it's just going to cook. Cook your rice according to the package that you're using. Okay, if we just shift, and I'm hoping that my camera won't respond to the movement. I don't know what it is. It's the slightest movement. It seems like it makes it start over. So there we go. It works. Okay, so now it's time to get the last of the chicken out of the pan. And we're going to start to make the sauce that's going to go over the chicken, and we'll get it into the oven. It is 11:23. I got to be out of here by 10 minutes to 1, so I think I'm doing pretty good for time. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I got my meal ready. Okay, so that's all the chicken is ready. Okay. These are my veggies. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and transfer the veggies over into that skillet. So see how it's going to save me some time. In other words, in terms of waiting, for everything to get browned up. So all the veggies are now into that pan. So that's an extra step that I got out of the way. That was necessary, of course, to make this dish. So these veggies are just about to the point where I can go ahead and let's see. Yeah, they're nice and soft. Actually, I'm not going to put a lot of seasoning on, a lot of salty seasoning on these. Not really. Remember, about a tablespoon of garlic powder goes on here. A teaspoon of onion powder. Teaspoon of complete seasoning. And a teaspoon. Well, we're not going to do any black pepper right now. We're just going to wait for a minute and get my rice up. I don't want it to sit. Yeah. When you're multitasking, and when you got rice going on, you have to watch that rice, because it'll dry up right quick. So stir that rice up so it's boiling. It's trying to stick. But you're not going to stick back there, are you? No. Get that going. Okay. Pop that rice right on time. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cover it and let it steam for about 15 minutes. Get back in here on these veggies. Okay. They're doing nicely. I've got my, I got something boiling hard because I can hear it boiling. What have I got boiling? No, I think it's the rice calming down back there. I'm going to give my rice another stir. It's starting not want to be long back there now. Okay. My limas are, yeah, they're doing just what I want them to do. So that when I go down there and help Barb this afternoon, so I go down to help her at 1, I won't be back until 4:30, so my dinner will be done. So if my children roll up for their Sunday dinner, it'll be ready for them. No disappointments anywhere. Okay. Some of have a little sinus thing going on, so hey girl, hope you're doing good this morning. Sure. But now she's doing well. I talked to her last night. She is doing well. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do, I've got, I'm going to pour in, this is like a 2 cups of water, and I'm putting in 3 squares of my seasoning. See, this curry seasoning comes in little squares, so I put in 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. I'm going to leave that one because I don't think I'm going to need quite all of it. But if I do, I can just double back. Because what happens is these squares will melt and form a thickening on contact with that hot water. So if you look, you'll see. See how it's beginning to make that sauce? Okay. And usually with this, I don't have to add any thickener to it. I just go ahead with let it all melt down, and it'll also tell me how much more water I need to add. Yum yum, wonderful taste. I won't have to add that other one. And when I get it all in here, I'm going to put all the chicken in there, and then I'm going to put it in the pan because I want to bring it to a rolling boil. Got my oven set on 350, or no, 300. I need to go back and put it on 350. Okay. Set that over at 350. And for all practical purposes, y'all, this meal is pretty much a wrap except for let it cook. And I had a cup and a half of water already. So, and you add water according to how thick you want your gravy to be. I want mine thinned out. Okay, so I need some more water in mine. So I'm going to put some more water. Yeah. So I have to have enough gravy in here because these folks like gravy. They don't play around about the gravy. So this is my curry gravy. Some people don't use this. I just like it. I've always used it. Some people just use the straight curry powder. I didn't have the regular Indian curry that has a real true curry flavor. And when I don't have that, this is what I use. Okay. And this is not real hot, y'all. In fact, not hot at all. So what that tells me, I'm ready to get loose with this black pepper because I like lots of black pepper. And the curry. I'm going to hit it with a teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of, again, the babies might come, so I can't put too much. A teaspoonful of black pepper. Okay. Okay. Whew, that's going to be some good eating, y'alls. Really good eating. Taste a little bit. Just put a little bit on my hand. Okay. Again, I'm not going to make this meat. Dishes like this, they get saltier and tastier as the time goes by. So what I'm going to do here is switch this pan of meat, chicken rather, over to that burner. I'm going to turn that heat up a little bit, and I'm ready to pour that gravy on top of there. Then I'll be ready to run it through the oven for until 11:30 until 12:30 for a good hour. Good hour. I don't think it's going to take this meat really cooked through. Okay. I'm going to let it get up to that point where I can hear it sizzle a little bit. Okay. Y'all hear it sizzling. Okay. There it goes, sizzle, sizzle. Okay. So a little bit more water into my gravy. I don't want the gravy to be thick. It's not supposed to be a thick gravy at all. But it's supposed to be enough that it'll stick to the rice. Okay. It's doing what it's supposed to do, y'all. It could have formed its own little gravy, but that ain't near enough for my people. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now, all that goodie is out of there. Okay. That is Peggy's version of vegetable curry. Okay. This makes a good dish. It makes a lot. So if you got people, stop by that you didn't know was gonna stop by. Like, let me tell you about good friendship. I was out the other night and I met all these people. Lord, I met a lot of folks. And a couple of ladies were traveling. They were part of our Black History celebration. One was a speaker, Miss Helen Noel, and her friend Myrna. Hey girls, if y'all are tuned into my station, how y'all doing? Just met these beautiful, wonderful ladies on Friday, and I invited them to the Arts Council because we had an activity down there called Jazz on June. And I try to promote that particular activity, and I always am appreciative to anyone that supports. So they did support the activity. And as we were, conversing and talking, I said, you know what, these are some good ladies. And what I'm so proud of, these ladies are retired military folks, so they were on my radar anyway because of that. And Miss Helen Noel is a retired chief master sergeant, and fairly young. These ladies are younger than me because they're just, so she's been retired since 2009. And then I met lots of young black people who are progressive, who have made strides in the military, and I'm so excited. I want to do a segment on my Black History series that I'm going to start next week. So anyway, Miss Helen Noel and Myrna. Sorry, Myrna, I can't remember or didn't get your last name, but Myrna, these two ladies were visiting, and I invited them. They were going to go out to eat, so we were at the event at the Arts Council. So I invited them. We're still talking about friendship, y'all. So I invited them to come with me to another friend's house. But of course, I had asked her beforehand. And so I called. Of course, that good friend was Barb. And Barb is like me. When she cooks a ton of food. So I asked her, Barb, is it okay if I bring a couple of people? And at that point, it was a couple. But the whole point of that is she said, oh, yeah, sure, come on. I said, okay, if you're okay. And Barbara had a house full. She had probably 12, 15 people already at her home. Some family members and a couple of friends were visiting her. And she said, sure, yeah, come on. So I said, okay. But in the meantime, as we were sitting completely watching what was going on at the Arts Council to leave there to go to Barbara's house, by the time we all got together, and I was getting ready to say my goodbyes, just letting people know I was getting ready to leave. Well, anyway, needless to say, by the time we left there, I took 5 people to Barbara's house, 5 extra people. And I called her back and I said, well, Barbara, I got more than 2. So she said, Peggy, come on. I just put on some extra meatballs, I believe she said, and whatever, in addition to the other food she was cooking. So I said, okay. And I know she's like me, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. And if I can't, I'll tell you I can't. But anyway, that's just about friendship. And so she was very gracious. Of course, Barbara has a beautiful home. I'm going to highlight some things, because I want you to see all these beautiful ladies that I was with that night. Shirley Key, who I've known forever, right here in my hometown. So, and there were a couple of other ladies. Ladies, y'all forgive me. Y'all know I can't remember nobody's name. But anyway, you'll see the ladies on the picture. So we'll talk later. But anyway, these ladies, I love them. And what I love to see is when women can get together and be genuine. And it's about to make me cry. Because I think of all the people that cut each other down and wouldn't go 2 steps to help another person. But my friend Barbara allowed me to bring 5 extra people into her home that she didn't even know. But that's because she loves me. And she knows that if it was reversed, I would do it for her. And we do things for each other all the time. So friendship is a wonderful, beautiful thing. So today, I'm going, not just because what happened the other night, but because I love her, I'm going to go to her restaurant and I'm going to help her serve her party today. So that's what friendship, that's what true friendship is all about. That's what friendship is about, when you care about people, when you make a sacrifice for that person that you love and care about. So I love Barbara Rice, so I'm going to say, Barbara, you need to get on my channel, honey. She probably look at this every once in a while because she about like me, busy all over the place. So when she sees this video, I'm dedicating this particular video to my girl Barb, and especially too because she knows I'm cooking my favorite dish that she cooks, which is curry chicken. So anyway, just said all that to say this. Like I always say, make good memories with good friends and just enjoy each other and celebrate each other. I celebrate these ladies that I ran into, that I met, and I celebrate Barbara Rice too. B. Sweeney's is the name of her restaurant in Goldsboro, North Carolina, in the Artisan Village on Center Street. Yes, I'm giving out all of her information because the only way people can frequent her restaurant is to know where she is located, the name, address, city, and state. And if you're ever in Goldsboro, go on by B. Sweeney's and sit down and have a meal like none other. Now, you think I cook. You should see some of the things that Barbara does, because she does a lot of fancy gourmet stuff. I just get in here and start cooking. But Barbara does it. She's a trained chef. And she does a tremendous, beautiful job. She has a beautiful restaurant. I think what we have when she first opened, we showed you. But just as a reminder, if you're ever in the area, if you're on 95, get off 95 and come on in the direction of Seymour Johnson and come on downtown Goldsboro, North Carolina, and stop in at B. Sweeney's and get one of the best meals that you've ever put your mouth on. So, okay, back to this meal. All right, thank y'all. I just had to do that little spot for my girl Barb. Okay, here we go with the chicken curry. It's ready to go into the oven. I'm going to cover it with a piece of foil, and it's going to go in for an hour. As you can see, my lima beans are boiling. They're doing just what they're supposed to do. Let me slide. I don't want to move my camera too much. I don't want to have to splice another piece. Okay, the beans are boiling. The rice, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off because it'll finish cooking on its own with that heat. One other thing that is going to be on the menu today, this is some leftover chopped barbecue. Now, this is the Carol8na Barbecue that North Carolina is so famous for. I need these boiling a little bit more because I'm getting ready to, I'm going to make some corn muffins. And this dinner is finished. It's just got to finish cooking. Okay, so let's see. Back here. Whew, sorry about that. Let me tell y'all something. My daughter said I got the noisiest kitchen in the world. But unfortunately, when I'm cooking, so much noise is going on because I'm doing things. You know what? I'm sure if y'all paid attention, if I went to your house and videoed you cooking and picked up all the sound, you probably would not be surprised at the noise you make when you're cooking. I mean, that's just me. And I'm heavy-handed. My husband used to always say, Peggy, do you have to slam it down so hard? I said, slam what down hard? You slam the dishes in the dishwasher, you slam them in the cabinet, you slam the pot. That's just me. I've always been heavy-handed. So when I'm cleaning, I'm scrubbing to the point where my hands almost hurt. So it carries over when I'm cooking. So that rice is just about ready. I've turned it off. These beans have got more time to cook. I'm getting ready to put foil over this because I don't have a lid large enough, I don't think. No. Let me see. Thought this one would. Nope, doesn't fit. Because I don't want to go digging through my chafing dishes. We're going to leave it right in there. I always forget that I don't have a lid for that pan. Cover those beans, and we're going to put the foil on it. Put the foil on nice and tight, and put that dish right into the oven. Just move it back. We don't have to have it back here to get that oven open. Okay. With some foil. And I think I've told y'all before, please, if you do a lot of cooking, go ahead and invest in this size foil because it will last. And as much as I cook, I buy that foil around the 4th of July and it will take me on just about to the 4th again. So, what I'm going to do here, put that foil on as tight as you can get it. It's not going to be airtight because the pan is round. It doesn't have any place to really grip. If you do it like that, crunch it around the edges like so. It's covered. So, get the oven open. And I'm going to get it into the oven. Got my oven set on 350. It's 11:43. At 12:43, it's got to come out of the oven. Okay, there it goes. So we're gonna set the timer. Well, it doesn't matter because it's got to come out before I leave anyway. And this right here, y'all, is some chopped barbecue. We'll go ahead and put it in. It's frozen. Of course, that's pork, so it's some chopped pork barbecue. You know, it's pork with a vinegar-based seasoning to it. So all you have to do with that really is just to heat it back up. So what I'll do is heat it back up. I'll put it in the microwave and thaw it out. Then I'll just heat it back up in the oven when it gets thawed out. Well, it's just about thawed. And I don't know if you ever been to North Carolina, you have probably, let me see. Here we go. If you ever been to North Carolina, this is a famous vinegar-based barbecue, the Scott's barbecue sauce. It's in grocery stores across the country. The people that came up with this live right here in Goldsboro, right up the street from where I live. So most people use that. Some people go ahead and make, and what I like to do, because I like to cut that tartness, and I like to cut a little that heat, because they only make it, I've only seen it in hot, to cut that tartness and that heat. I gotta go ahead and mix up a little bit. Y'all know me, I go ahead and doctor it. I'm sorry about that, Scott. I use this as a base, and I don't use a lot, but I just put a little bit of sugar in it. And what the sugar does also, not only does it give it a flavor, it also cuts the heat from under it, because this is some hot stuff, y'all. So that's what it looks like. It's called Carolina chopped barbecue. It's pork. I mean, you know, you roast a pig until it's done, chop it up, put that sauce in it. You got Carolina chopped barbecue, and it's normally served with some coleslaw and another veggie, maybe some rice and cornbread or hush puppies. So on the menu today, we're going to have curry chicken, oh Lord, I'm so proper, curry chicken and rice, lima beans, and some chopped barbecue and corn muffins. So this is a typical, we're in keeping with the Black History Month cuisine. Well, I do this all year long. So anyway, I'm in keeping. So this is in keeping with the food that people are using to celebrate Black History Month throughout the US of A and abroad, I would imagine, to celebrate Black History Month. I've also got some sweet potatoes in the refrigerator. I'll probably pop them out. So this is my leftover item here. So keep those leftovers going, y'all, because they do fill in and make for a good dish. So the food has got about an hour to finish. I'm going to do the corn muffins, and I will be done with this meal. So thank y'all for tuning in. For those of you who are at church today, I hope y'all prayed for me, because I think I started early enough for y'all to get me in on your prayers. I didn't make it to church today because I made other obligations, but God knows I love the assemblage of God's people. I'm always praying and always thinking about the things of God. So listen, y'all, hang on just a minute, and I'll be back in a few when everything is done. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Getting ready to make some cornbread. I'm not going to do muffins this time. I decided I just want to do regular cornbread in a pan. Just bake it and cut it into squares. Okay, 2 cups of House Archery cornmeal mix, 1/4 of a cup of flour, 2 eggs, 3/4 cups of sugar, brown or white, and 1 cup of oil, and 1 cup of milk. Okay, got everything in the pan, in the bowl here, and I'm going to just use my spatula. Yeah, I think there's going to be enough liquid in there. And then I'm going to turn it out into one of my tin baking pans. It's just that simple. I mean, just really seriously. I ain't going to put a fork in there, though, because I got to whisk those eggs. You can do the eggs separate from the rest of the mix. Or you can just take a fork and do just what I'm doing here. And this is just to make sure the eggs get whipped up in there good enough to blend. That'll make for a nice, good, tender pan of cornbread. That flour just sort of gives it, just take a little grit off the cornmeal, which is not gritty. You know, cornmeal is usually, I'm saying gritty because of the texture, kind of textured. Okay. And that flour or pancake mix, whatever you want to use. You got some pancake mix, 4th cup of flour. Just, I like my cornbread, I like the grit in it, and I also like that little soft taste to it. Kind of pasty, little bit, not a lot. But there it is, it's all mixed up, ready to go into the pan. Now, what I've also done, my pans are old, and I didn't want to chance them sticking for one thing. Is the reason why I'm not doing muffins today. Other reason why is it's just easier. So I'm going to take and I've got the pan that I'm baking the cornbread in. I've got it in the oven. I'm letting it grease in that pan gets hot. Because what happens when you have that, if you do, you know, cast iron skillet cornbread, you know, you make it on top of the stove actually. And when you pour that cornmeal into the pan, it forms a good bottom crust. I'm not going to chance it with this aluminum pan because it'll burn on the sides. But if I was using a cast aluminum skillet, I could have that skillet just as hot as I want it. Get that bottom crust going on that bread, and then put it in the oven and let it finish browning on the top and finish cooking. So hold on just a minute. Let me grab one more thing. I don't think I did my sugar right. I'm looking at the cup that I used for my sugar. So I did this 1/2 cup, and then I just threw another tablespoon. That's not 3/4 of a cup. Okay. My folks like a little sweet cornbread. I mean, come on, what can I say? So 3/4 cup, a 1/2 cup is fine, really. Okay. So, want to recap on the cornbread? 2 cups of House Archery cornmeal mix. 1/4 of a cup of flour or baking mix, 1 cup of oil, 2 eggs, 3/4 a cup or a 1/2 cup, whichever you prefer, of sugar, and a cup of milk. And you're good to go. So that is, I'm stalling for time. I want my grease. I got it in the oven, heating up. I want it to get real hot, so I want to give that a sizzle effect of that bread frying on the bottom and getting it. I want a good bottom crust. Let's see. It may be ready. And you know, if you're brave enough, which I am, you can put that, even that tin pan, because the tin pans are so thin and they heat up real quick. And you have to be very careful, otherwise they'll burn up. Get that oil as hot as you can. And we're going to try it. And then I'll just back the heat off. And I'll show you what it does in a cast iron pan. Let me see if I can I move? Okay. I'm going to gingerly move the camera over to the stove. Here we go. That's the pan I'm going to be cooking the cornbread in. I'm letting that pan heat up real good because I want that bottom crust. I like that bottom crust. I want the bottom crust. See, I've got about a couple tablespoons of oil in there. You know, oil spreads out when it gets real hot. So I want to make sure I got that hot oil all the way over the pan. I've already, just have to be careful with this aluminum stuff. So I'm going to let it sit there. And if I see it start to darken in any spot, I'll know that the heat, you know how you do that little method to make sure. So I'm going to let that pan heat up real good. You have to watch it. Now, if you do this, you're going to have to watch it. But with the cast iron skillet, you don't have to. I don't have a small or even a medium size. My cast iron skillet is just huge. So I'm not going to try to use that cast iron skillet. Okay. We're going to let it heat up for approximately, let's see. It's 12:23. I got to get out of here in 30 minutes. So I got to get this bread into the oven. Oops, excuse me. Okay, folks. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, 12. So that means I got 7 minutes and I got to get in the oven. It have to cook about 20 minutes, and then at cook time, I'll go get dressed. And by the time I get dressed, it'll be time for me to dart out the door to go help Barb down at the restaurant. Hopefully, I can get some pictures while I'm down there, and I'll bring them back and show them to y'all. Okay, and by the time this bread gets done, it'll be time for the curry to come out of the oven as well. Everything should be pretty much done when the bread gets done. In any case, I'm going to have to turn everything off. I don't leave anything cooking while I'm gone. Okay. In the essence, in consideration of time, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it's good and hot. I heard a little so it's good and hot. Put that mix in there. Rest of it out of there. Okay. Every drizzle of it. Every drop of it. Okay. Okay. Cornbread is ready to go into the oven, y'all. I'm going to get it off that burner. Put it in the oven. Okay, let's move it back a little bit. And the cornbread is going to go in the oven. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, there it is, Sunday dinner. Those good old creamy lima beans with the ham hocks. See, them ham hocks broke up. They're cooked to perfection, so they're broken up now. So I'm just letting them continue to boil to keep hot. There's that savory yellow and jasmine rice on the back there. My leftover Carol8na chopped barbecue. And there's that beautiful, beautiful vegetable chicken curry. And in the oven, still cooking because it's not quite brown yet. There it is, y'all, the cornbread. Got about 10 more minutes on it and it'll be ready to come out the oven. I'll cut it in squares and we'll be ready to eat. Y'all, thank you again, as usual, for tuning in and helping me, encourage me to get along with this meal. I'm getting ready to go downtown now and help Barb out. So, until I cook again, y'all, keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Go in that kitchen and cook something for Sunday dinner. Go out to eat, whatever you have to do, but by all means, make sure it's something good to eat. So, until I cook again, love you guys. Have a happy Sunday, and I will be back again soon. Toodaloo. Love you.